There is a kind of body that does not scream first. It whispers. It whispers through digestion. It whispers through sleep. It whispers through sugar cravings. It whispers through bloating, stiffness, chest tightness, mood heaviness, hormonal discomfort, skin flare-ups, and that strange feeling of being tired even when you have done nothing wrong. And Britney's chart shows exactly that kind of body. This is not a weak constitution. Let me be very clear. This is not a fragile chart. This is a chart of endurance, emotional depth, karmic responsibility, and strong survival power. But it is also a chart where the body becomes the messenger when the emotional life is not being listened to. The first thing I see is Capricorn rising with Jupiter sitting in the ascendant. That immediately puts the body, metabolism, liver, fat tissue, lymphatic system, digestion, belief system, and recovery capacity at the center of the reading. But Jupiter here is not free. Jupiter in Capricorn is compressed. It is like wisdom locked inside duty. Nourishment becomes controlled, expansion becomes restricted, joy becomes practical. The body may not always receive nourishment easily, even when food is available, rest is available, and support is available. So the core health signature is this. Britney may appear composed, capable, and functional, but internally the metabolic system may be slower, heavier, more congested, and more sensitive than people realize. This is where the Ayurvedic reading becomes sharp. The dominant dosha pattern is Vata-Kapha imbalance, with Pitta flare-ups under emotional pressure. Vata gives dryness, anxiety, nervous exhaustion, constipation, irregular sleep, stiffness, and scattered energy. Kapha gives heaviness, water retention, sluggish digestion, sweet cravings, lethargy, mucus, emotional attachment, and difficulty releasing what has been absorbed. Pitta comes in when stress heats the system. Acidity, inflammation, irritability, skin eruptions, sharp digestive pain, hormonal heat, and emotional anger that the body cannot digest. So Britney's body is not just reacting to food, it is reacting to atmosphere. It is reacting to stress. It is reacting to people. It is reacting to relationships. It is reacting to duty. It is reacting to the emotional climate around her. And this is where the chart becomes raw. Because the 7th house is heavily activated. Sun, Mars, and Mercury are sitting in Cancer. This is not a small placement. This is the house of relationships, lower abdomen, pelvis, kidneys, reproductive hormones, large intestine, lower back, sexual vitality, and the way the body responds to the outside world. Cancer is water. It absorbs, it remembers, it feels, it stores. Now place Sun there, and the emotional water gets heated. Place Mars there, and the emotional water starts boiling. Place Mercury there, and the nervous system starts thinking through emotion instead of clean logic. This creates a powerful gut emotion pelvis signature. So when Britney is in relational stress, it may not stay mental. It can move into the stomach, colon, reproductive system, kidneys, lower back, skin, sleep, and appetite. This is the kind of chart where an argument can become acidity. Suppressed anger can become inflammation. Emotional disappointment can become bloating. Unspoken resentment can become pelvic tension. Overthinking a relationship can disturb the gut. Feeling unsupported can trigger food cravings. And the bold truth is this. Britney's body will not allow her to live emotionally misaligned for long. It will report everything. Sun in Cancer gives pride in caring, but also a deep wound when care is not returned. It can create heart area pressure, stomach heat, acidity, emotional burnout, and a tendency to push through pain because the ego says, I should be stronger than this. Mars in Cancer is even more critical. Mars is fire, blood, muscles, inflammation, liver heat, ulcers, cuts, injuries, and acute complaints. But in Cancer, Mars does not express fire cleanly. It steams, it boils, it simmers. This is suppressed anger in the body. Not always loud anger, not always obvious anger. Sometimes it is resentment hidden behind helpfulness. Sometimes it is irritation hidden behind silence. Sometimes it is exhaustion hidden behind I'm fine. And when Mars is not expressed properly, it can show as inflammatory digestion, skin flare-ups, liver irritation, acidity, muscle tension, menstrual or hormonal heat patterns, lower back pain, or sharp abdominal discomfort. Mercury in Cancer adds the nervous system. This makes the mind emotionally intelligent, but also emotionally absorbent. The thoughts do not stay dry and rational. They become wet, emotional, looping, memory-based. The person can replay conversations, interpret tones, feel hidden meanings, and carry unspoken emotional data in the body. This is where anxiety can affect appetite. Sleep can be disturbed by emotional processing. Skin can react to stress. Digestion can become inconsistent. The gut-brain axis becomes a major health pathway. So for Britney, food hygiene is not only about what she eats. It is about the state she is in when she eats. Do not eat while arguing. Do not eat while crying. Do not eat while scrolling through emotional triggers. Do not eat while feeling guilty. Do not eat while rushing. For this chart, food consumed in emotional disturbance becomes heavier. It does not digest cleanly. Now, Venus in Gemini in the 6th house adds another serious health layer. The 6th house is disease, daily routine, digestion, small intestine, immune system, spleen, adrenals, hygiene, and lifestyle discipline. Venus is pleasure, sugar, reproductive health, kidneys, bladder, urinary tract, beauty, hormonal refinement, processed comforts, and the tendency to seek sweetness when life feels harsh. Venus in the 6th says pleasure must be disciplined. This is not a chart that can casually indulge in sugar, refined food, late-night snacking, dairy-heavy comfort food, emotional desserts, and inconsistent routines without paying for it. Gemini makes it variable. 1 week discipline, next week chaos. 1 day clean food, next day random food. 1 phase health conscious, next phase overstimulated and scattered. And that inconsistency is the real danger. The body needs rhythm. The body needs repetition. The body needs predictable sleep, predictable meals, predictable movement, and predictable emotional boundaries. If Venus in the 6th goes unconscious, the person may soothe stress through taste, comfort, sweetness, stimulation, social distraction, or over-pleasing. Then the body responds through digestion, urinary sensitivity, hormonal imbalance, skin issues, immune weakness, or sugar instability. So the instruction is simple but not easy. Sweetness must not become medicine. Food must not become emotional compensation. Pleasure must not become the substitute for peace. Then we come to Rahu in Aries in the 4th house. This is a major emotional health marker. The 4th house rules chest, lungs, heart space, emotions, peace of mind, upper spine, breasts, rib cage, water retention, the nervous system safety field, and the inner home. Rahu in Aries here creates emotional restlessness. The person may not truly rest even when sitting still. The system may always be alert, ready, defensive, scanning, preparing, anticipating, reacting. Rahu amplifies, Aries inflames. The 4th house feels. This can create chest tightness under stress, shallow breathing, anxiety spikes, upper back tension, restless sleep, emotional impulsivity, and a feeling of never being fully safe inside one's own body. This is a placement where the home environment matters enormously. Clutter matters, noise matters, emotional conflict matters. The people living around her matter. The energy in the bedroom matters. The tone of conversations matters. The body will respond to the atmosphere. A chaotic home or emotionally unstable relationship can become a health problem. Not metaphorically, physically. Breathwork is not optional here. It is medicine. Slow exhale breathing, alternate nostril breathing, humming, gentle grounding, walking, and calming evening rituals can regulate the inner fire of Rahu and Aries. But aggressive breathwork, overtraining, excessive caffeine, overstimulation, and late-night screen exposure can worsen the pattern. Now Saturn and Ketu in Libra in the 10th house tell another story. Duty, work, bones, knees, skin, joints have chronic load, and karmic exhaustion. Saturn in Libra has strength. It gives discipline, responsibility, endurance, professional seriousness, and the ability to carry weight. But Ketu with Saturn cuts sensation. It detaches. It can make the person ignore the body until the body becomes loud. This combination can show chronic stiffness, knee sensitivity, joint pain, dry skin, mineral depletion, lower limb fatigue, posture-related issues, work burnout, coldness in the body, and Vata aggravation through overwork. This is the person who keeps going, even when tired, even when emotionally drained, even when the body is asking for rest, even when the knees, skin, sleep, or digestion are giving early warnings. Saturn Ketu in the 10th says, work can become a place where the body is sacrificed, and that must stop. The body needs structure, yes, but not punishment, discipline, but not self-denial. Responsibility, yes, but not chronic depletion. This placement needs minerals, grounding, oil massage, stretching, joint care, strength training done slowly, sunlight, vitamin D awareness, calcium and magnesium awareness, B12 and iron monitoring, skin hydration, real recovery days, not fake rest while mentally working, real rest. Now, Moon in Pisces in the third house adds sensitivity to the nervous system, shoulders, arms, hands, neck, breathing rhythm, communication, and emotional stamina. Moon in Pisces feels everything. It absorbs atmospheres, moods, subtle signals, sadness, hopes, disappointments, and emotional undercurrents. This gives intuition, compassion, imagination, and deep inner life. But health-wise, it can create emotional fatigue, sleepiness, escapism, shoulder tension, neck tightness, fluctuating stamina, water retention, and porous boundaries. This moon needs solitude, but not isolation. It needs emotional release, but not emotional drowning. It needs spiritual nourishment, but not avoidance. If Britney keeps absorbing people's emotions without clearing them, the body becomes waterlogged, heavy, foggy, tired, bloated, sleepy, unmotivated. So journaling, prayer, therapy, mantra, gentle movement, and quiet time near water or nature can be very healing. But emotional escapism, oversleeping, fantasy avoidance, and comfort eating can worsen kapha. Now the Panchanga confirms the whole pattern. Krishna Panchami gives detox, instinctive wisdom, memory, cleansing, and the shadow of compulsive craving. This is a body that needs periodic clearing, not extreme cleansing, not harsh fasting, but intelligent reset. Lighter dinners, warm water, bitter greens, digestive spices, reduced sugar, emotional detox, liver support, gut repair, simpler food. Because Jupiter rules the Panchami field and Jupiter is already sitting in the body house, this tithai becomes very important for health. The message is, cleanse gently, regularly, intelligently. Sunday Vara strengthens the sun. That makes vitality, digestion, self-respect, heat regulation, eyes, bones, and heart space important. It also says ego stress can become physical stress. When Britney feels unseen, disrespected, or unsupported, the body may heat up. Uttarabhadra Nakshatra gives depth and endurance. This is not a superficial emotional body. This is deep water. It can carry ancient heaviness, family memory, hidden grief, and silent responsibility. The strength is endurance. The risk is delayed collapse. She may tolerate too much before admitting something is wrong. Sukarma Yoga is a blessing and a warning. It gives good action, competence, useful labor, and the ability to do things properly. But its shadow is overwork and tired nobility. That phrase matters, tired nobility. The person who keeps doing the right thing while quietly getting exhausted. Kalavakarana brings the health influence of relationships, social exchange, and environment. Britney's wellness is relational. The wrong people can disturb her body. The right people can regulate her body. This chart is not designed for toxic bonds, chaotic homes, emotional manipulation, constant conflict, or relationships where she must overfunction to be loved. Now let me make the health priorities very direct. The first vulnerable zone is digestion, liver and gut-brain axis. Watch acidity, bloating, sluggish digestion, sugar cravings, bile imbalance, constipation, loose digestion during stress, food sensitivity, and inflammatory gut patterns. The second zone is reproductive, pelvic, kidney, urinary, and lower back health. Watch water retention, urinary sensitivity, pelvic congestion, hormonal fluctuation, reproductive discomfort, lower back strain, and emotional tension stored in the pelvis. The third zone is chest, lungs, heart space, and nervous regulation. Watch shallow breathing, anxiety, chest tightness, upper back tension, sleep disruption, and stress-triggered palpitations. The fourth zone is bones, knees, skin, joints, and mineral reserves. Watch stiffness, dryness, knee issues, chronic Vata pain, skin problems, vitamin D, magnesium, calcium, B12, iron, and overall depletion. The fifth zone is sleep and mental emotional processing. Watch late night overthinking, emotional replay, restless sleep, escapism, and exhaustion after communication overload. Now the suggestions. Diet must be warm, cooked, stable, and intelligent. Warm soups, cooked vegetables, mung dal, soft grains if tolerated, cumin, coriander, fennel, turmeric in food, ginger only in moderation because pitta can flare, cooked apples or pears, soaked almonds if digestion allows, cooked leafy greens, warm water, early dinner, reduce cold smoothies, iced drinks, excessive dairy, heavy cheese, refined sugar, deep fried food, alcohol, excess coffee, very spicy food, processed snacks, and late night meals. Her body needs food that comforts without clogging, warms without inflaming, nourishes without overwhelming. Lifestyle must be rhythmic. Fixed sleep timing, daily walking, moderate strength training, gentle yoga or mobility, breath work, oil massage, sunlight, emotional boundaries, clean home atmosphere, less screen stimulation at night, no dramatic relationships treated as normal. And supplements or minerals should be considered through proper testing. vitamin D, B12, iron, ferritin, magnesium, calcium, thyroid markers, liver enzymes, glucose insulin markers, lipid profile, and inflammation markers if symptoms exist. This chart does not ask for heroic healing. It asks for consistent healing. That is the whole key. Not extreme fasting, not punishing workouts, not emotional suppression, not pretending everything is fine, not sugar as therapy, not work as identity, not overgiving as love, not carrying everybody else's emotional weather. Britney's body heals through rhythm. The medicine is rhythm. The medicine is warmth. The medicine is emotional honesty. The medicine is digestion. The medicine is rest. The medicine is clean boundaries. The medicine is steady movement. The medicine is choosing peace before the body has to create a crisis. Because this chart has one clear warning. When the emotional life becomes toxic, the physical body becomes the battlefield. But it also has one clear promise. When Britney creates a life that is calm, structured, nourishing, honest, and emotionally clean, the body can recover beautifully. The same Jupiter that shows metabolic heaviness also gives wisdom. The same Saturn that shows chronic load also gives discipline. The same moon that absorbs pain also gives intuition. The same Mars that inflames can protect. The same Rahu that agitates can awaken. The same Venus that craves comfort can teach refined self-care. So the question is not, what is wrong with the body? The deeper question is, what has the body been forced to carry? And when that is answered honestly, healing becomes possible. If you want a reading that goes this deep into your own body pattern, your doshas, your planetary placements, your panchanga signature, and the hidden ways your chart speaks through health, get in touch with me for a health and wellness reading that actually works with your constitution. Not generic advice, not surface level astrology, but a focused reading that shows what your body is trying to tell you before it has to shout.